Answer me this riddle. Does the virus go away when we sit down and eat?
That's the thing, is most people don't want to look truth in the face, or even just a challenging perspective. It's hard for them, and that's where it kind of sucks, because then once you accept something and think that you know all there is to know, and that you can't, change your perspective or belief, that's when you're closed-minded and you're almost like dead in spirit form already, because as humans, we're supposed to grow and change and challenge ourselves and have others challenge us, And I think sticking to one belief and fighting that to the death is not just the answer, and that goes in hand with this, Just like the same way the numbers and stuff had changed. People were like, oh, all of these numbers, and this is all the people that died, and they're like, just kidding. It was like probably half of that because we misdiagnosed, or it wasn't even something that was for COVID.
False positives, right?
And not to mention, we said the testing being inaccurate. I mean, there's a lot of holes in the story, and that's the problem, is that people just ignore the red flags.
Yes.
Because once again, the masses are
And also, I had a woman, she was terrified. Folks, answer me this riddle, please. Does the virus take a break when we sit down and eat? Because I'm confused by this whole no mask when we eat thing. It's weird. Anyway, this woman, she was terrified because she was on video, and she said where she worked, and she's like, please get me out. I don't want to get fired from my job. So there's another thing. If you're like, if you work at your job and like you have a different freaking political viewpoint or anything like that, you might just get your ass freaking chopped.
And that's something too, that like a lot of people would get fired, or they would get like persecuted. Like this one girl even lives in like Hawaii, and she said one time she lost like a job, or she had someone that lost a job because they were against vaccinations and spoke out against it. And they lost their job, or even their school, and she won't share where she goes to school because she's like, I'm afraid that, with I so openly, she gets shadow banned, and she shares on social media all these things about the government and true health and this and that. And just questioning, research, resources, just questioning the agenda. And what did she say? I don't know what she said. I don't know. Anyway, and so it's that's what's fucked up, is it's to that point where you can actually persecute and take so many rights of freedom away from people because they disagree. And that's like the tyranny and stuff that happens in other countries, where people don't have freedom, and when they go and protest, they just shoot them all, and then it's like, all right, we got rid of the people that were rebelling, we got rid of the disruptors.
I agree with you totally.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, right? I have a son that lives in Massachusetts, grew up a good old boy.
Yeah.
Used to reenact Civil War battles when he was little, because we went to the Civil War reenactments for the 125th. Grew up staunch conservative, all this.
Yeah.
Married a girl from Massachusetts, moved up to Massachusetts to be close to her family, blah, blah.
Right.
Voted Biden this time.
Okay.
Yeah. But
The difference in where you are and what they tell you is acceptable.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh, okay. So he grew up around a lot of conservative thinking people, and he was right there all the time growing up.
And to fit in. Okay, I was a little lost on that.
Right, so married a girl from Massachusetts, moved up to Massachusetts, right? He's been up there, he's 45 now, okay? So he's been up there about 20 years. Being around Massachusetts, different environment. What they're accepting.
He was brainwashed.
Go ahead.
What he accepted, because he's up in Massachusetts now, the difference from where he grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, and the good old boys and the conservative ways, been up there 20 years in Massachusetts. Now he sees something completely different. Here's something completely different. He is not exposed to the conservative way. He listens to NPR. He isn't in Nashville. It's all the talk radio conservative, talk radio kind of thing, right? Up there, different. So now he is definitely, now he voted for Biden. His daughter, who's 14. I said, just think next presidential election, you'll be able to vote. And she goes, well, if I could vote this time, I'd vote for Biden. I'm like, why? You're 14 years old.
Check this out. Wait. Let's dig a little deeper, though.
Yeah.
Dig a little deeper. Do you trust the government?
No.
Do you vote?
Yeah.
Wait. Just think about what you just told me.
Right.
You do not trust the government, but you vote.
But if you don't vote, then you know you didn't do anything. So you have to at least vote and hope for the best. Because
not today, but when you have time. I'm out here each Saturday, and we need more people because we don't nip the shit in the bud.
What more can you do?
We're in trouble. I mean, we're in trouble anyway, right? We're not going to win this battle. But thank you for the vote of support. I appreciate it, and thank you for not wearing a mask.
100% red.
How can so many people That's what I don't. I'm blown away, but I'm not from this country.
Right, right.
How can so many people vote for a retarded man like Biden? That's what I don't understand.
Right, so you're coming from just completely the outside and you're observing and you see, what in the world, how can you, he wasn't out there campaigning. His son got into some trouble
they have
at
two
the end
sides.
there and didn't get back out there to even campaign for his dad. You know, they kept showing all these little photos.
Riddle me
that
this.
he was
Does the coronavirus take a
right.
break when we sit down and eat because
Is he
people seem
being
comfortable
manipulated?
not wearing a mask
You can't
when they're
help it, you
eating?
don't wanna
It's
be
not a problem,
conspiracy
right?
theory or anything like that, but just saying.
It's
are
all
they
charade.
manipulating him to put
Don't
him
play a
there
part
so
in
that
the
they can
charade if
wedge
you don't want.
Sooner or later, they might go, yes, he has dementia. I think he needs to resign.
Oh, it's a
step
charade,
down.
all right.
Right,
Sorry.
he needs to step down and resign.
Trump is going to still win the election because he has
I'm
those.
hoping.
He has those.
Do you really think that now,
Wait,
if he
no,
does, if
wait.
he does, are they going to say that
You
he's
know
wait,
why?
let her go.
Because they had watermark. Trump is a very smart
I said
person.
let her go. Let's
and
see.
he has a
okay.
lot of
She said she
smart
works
people
for
around
He already
him.
Oh,
knew
right,
this was
she's
going to
deep in.
happen. So
Absolutely.
But that's
He
okay.
put watermarks in his voting bills.
Right.
Which is smart, so now you can check out what, because this was not, if you see the
He
lines,
saw it coming.
I saw the lines of how the election went, and suddenly you had a peak in Biden's, went straight up.
Yes.
And then they said, oh,
Yeah.
he's already there, let's
I
stop
remember
the
that.
voting. If that
Yeah.
would be the other way around, would you say, why would you stop the count?
I saw something.
Think about it logically, my friends. When we sit and eat, it's okay. The virus just stops. Everything's going to be all right. And then we get up from eating, and whoop, we got to put that mask back on. It's a charade. Don't play part of it. Don't play it. Life is a stage.
But if Biden, look, you know what the weirdest thing is? If Biden is gonna win this election, even, for example,
Yeah.
then the whole country's being shut down because
Oh,
of
yes.
the same virus,
Yes.
and it's Trump and it's not. But where's the science about this
I don't know what
virus?
he said.
I trust
There's
science.
no science proof
Oh.
for masks. I told people.
Scientism,
yes, there is.
maybe.
I bring mine because I would rather wear it and keep it open. Like in Nashville, everything's open. It's like this, right? Everything's
Yeah, I heard
open.
that, yeah.
But in the downtown Nashville area, we have a Democratic mayor who has kept the downtown Nashville area shut. So the businesses are moving to the outside of town. You know, it hurt the economy so bad in downtown Nashville. Yeah, absolutely. You know.
But you know what the next thing is, what they planned from the beginning, what you can hear is that when this happened, they also have the social distancing over the whole world, 6 feet, this whole bullshit.
Right.
And the mask thing, and the problem, reaction, solution is the
Right.
vaccination.
Dividing conquer.
Immediately, before they even knew what it was, so we have to get the vaccination and everything is normal again. Bill Gates is not even, he's a computer owner,
Yeah.
a company owner, now suddenly he's a scientist.
Right.
You understand? People have to start thinking that I'm not in control of people's minds. And if
Yeah.
I see here, I cry because how many people? Do you see people? This is supposed to be the killer virus. Where are the people dropping that on the street? Oh, I knew two persons.
And you know what? I always ask people, because we do a lot of traveling, I'm asking, do you personally know anybody that actually had the virus really bad and ended up having to be hospitalized or died? Do you
A lot of
personally know
people
anybody?
that-
And they'll go, oh, my sister's brother's cousin's friend up in somewhere.
In a
And I'm
nursing
like,
home who was 85
yes,
years old.
Yes.
That's
and,
it.
and other complications too.
Right, they always have to either have underlying health issues,
That's it.
you know.
How come
Now,
you're so well educated then? Why are you so different? That's what I wonder
Right.
sometimes.
Why are you still
Where do you
voting?
get the-
because if you don't at least
Okay,
vote,
that's
you
sticking
really
under my-
feel that
We
you
can
my-
don't.
get for that.
No,
I
if
can't.
you don't vote, then you don't
That's
even
her
Yeah.
try.
All right. No,
I
that's
can understand
I hear
Yeah,
you.
that's her
Here, by the way, since you're open-minded here,
Yeah.
this
Why
one,
are you-
this
Well,
one
thank you.
is there's
Because
interesting
here's the
information
thing.
on there
I
too.
went to the
Gotta get the card
inauguration
in.
when Trump was inaugurated.
shut me down hard,
okay?
huh?
I went to his inauguration 4 years ago.
I'm
I was in
pushing.
downtown DC. I saw him
Yeah, you wanna
sworn
keep
in.
the-
I was there, right?
I hear you. Yeah.
They had an
Later
all
on,
new
before
bad
you're
it
done,
was.
you can be
And
like,
you're
all
more
this
connected.
right,
protesting.
yeah, but you
You
don't
should
want
be
to
scared
you don't
to
want
go.
it too
Spoil
early
it.
in the conversation and then
There
have
were
them
some
walk
of them
away and get
pussy girls
triggered.
with the little
You know what I mean?
hat
Yeah.
things. There was a group of them.
Sweden had no lockdown. Everything is
No.
fine.
Yeah.
What does it tell
That's
you?
what I'm saying. They manipulated the media. The inauguration
The
was
media
fine.
has the
Weird.
Exactly.
I have a
And they
shirt.
keep
I didn't
saying,
want to put it on today. But
Isn't it a
Oh, they
shame
might be checking
that
him
we've
for
come
like
to the point that the
complying
media
with stuff.
really has control?
Or maybe they're just ordering a bunch of food.
worldwide.
I don't think the fire
Is it
department
really
checks.
even- Now, see, we
No.
went-
Have to
we
build
went-
a
No, but I
We
mean, like, I
went
was thinking maybe they had him on like a health
Okay.
health code or
And I,
something.
but I didn't see that. But
Probably
I'll
not.
tell you, but I did not see it in Italy.
Oh, is he taking her for?
I guess
He's
so.
taking her to the wall of insanity.
Where's that?
Hospitals, did you know hospitals receive $13,000 per coronavirus diagnosis?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Do you want to, and if you get put on an intubator, $39,000.
Believe me, I know how much it costs for that.
Yeah, but the $13,000 for a diagnosis is a little strange, wouldn't you say? That kind of almost encourages them. You know, I just had a person tell me.
Actually, it's not so. I mean, if I worked in a hospital, it's like really, it's kind of.
Did you do the books? I mean, do you really know it's not true?
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I just had a woman, real quick. She said that her friend died in a car auto accident recently, right? And they said they labeled it as a coronavirus death. I mean, really?
You know what? There are so many coronavirus deaths. Don't underestimate.
No?
Don't underestimate.
Don't?
It's like ridiculous. Don't underestimate.
What do you think, sir?
What do I think?
Yeah. What do you think?
I believe what you said. I think you're misled.
You think I'm misled?
Yeah.
How come?
230,000 people. You think that's a charade?
I don't know if those numbers. I don't know if those numbers really can truly be verified or associated with a virus that they're claiming.
None of them?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But when I look around the more I look into it, the more I've investigated away from what the television is telling me what to think.
Call some of the families.
Well, make
one phone call.
I spoke to a woman today.
No. I don't mean out of the blue. I mean talk to a family who's got a dead person just died.
Right. I don't know anybody personally.
Well, then how can you have your opinion?
Well, I was just going to say that I've heard through the news, and also just direct from a woman directly to my face today. She said that she had a friend who died in an auto accident, I believe, right? And she said that they labeled that death COVID-19.
Okay.
Now, that's not the first time I've heard it. I heard there was in the news, they said there was a motorcycle accident where the guy died in a motorcycle accident, and that got labeled. I've heard that, I've not verified this myself.
Those are a long ways from 230,000 people.
Well, people die every day, right? And
yes.
There are numerous doctors who are being silenced in the mainstream media, but you can find them on alternative media means, right? Who are saying that these people who are supposedly dying of coronavirus, they're dying of normal old age comorbidities, and that they're attributing and that they're then attributing that death to coronavirus. So it all kind of creates like a narrative, and it might be a false narrative. Here, let me give you a card. You can look into this stuff.
I'm not going to read your card. Believe me, I won't. It'll be wasted on me.
Okay. All right, man. I appreciate your time. Yep, you too. How you doing? Shaking your head, huh?
Smoke another one, buckaroo.
Yeah? What happens if they tell you to wear a mask for the next 5 years? Are you going to wear it for 5 more years?
That's what it takes. That's what it takes.
Is that what it takes? Yeah. What happens if they tell you have to take a vaccine?
You got a camera in your hand
Right.
that is functioning because of science.
Right.
And yet you want to deny scientific methods.
Okay, I won't deny. There's doctors who are calling this a hoax. They're scientists, aren't they?
And smoking doesn't cause cancer, and the earth isn't round. And, you know.
I agree. The earth is flat. And motionless.
Morning.
How are you?
Mark?
So. How you doing, man? All right. No, you're supposed to be taking them off right now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like, come on. When we sit down and eat, we're safe from the virus, and yet when we get up, we gotta put them, I mean, really? Come on. Come on, guys.
You don't have to wear one.
No, I know that. I'm just saying.
You can do whatever you want.
But I mean, isn't that so like a charade when like you actually like you pretend like you're scared when you're walking around with a mask, and then when you sit down and eat, it's just not convenient. So now I'm gonna risk death. Isn't that weird?
Well, why would you risk it 24/7?
But what if there's nothing? But what if there's nothing to risk? Here, I'll give you. Here's a card. It's just
I'm not gonna.
No? Okay. Well, no need to argue. I'm not against you guys. Thank you. So we have people entertaining Flat Earth down on the sidewalk over there. It is strange, right, how the virus disappears when we eat. Can't deny that.